Hello everyone, my name is Taya Reamer and I am the TA for IPNT 286 sections 3 and 6, and I am going to introduce the class a little bit and how it works on Canvas, and I am also going to introduce myself a little bit. So I am a dance education major and I am in my 5th year, so I am a super senior this year. I will be doing my student teaching next semester and I will graduate in April. I took this class last semester and I took it online, and it has been one of my favorite classes at BYU. I thought it was really one of the most useful classes that I had. So this is what Canvas looks like. It is a learning management system, which is similar to Blackboard or Learning Suite. They're all different kinds of learning management systems. There are a couple of reasons that we like to use Canvas for the IPNT classes as opposed to Blackboard or Learning Suite. The first and probably the biggest reason is that Canvas is a learning system that you can use as a teacher once you graduate. Chances are that any of the public schools that you go to will not have Blackboard and Learning Suite because they're very expensive to use as a district. But Canvas is free for you to use as an individual teacher, and it's extremely cheap for districts to use. So they kind of offered it to teachers on a free basis, kind of a trial basis, and then that way if the teacher likes it and they promote it to their districts can buy it for fairly cheap. Second reason that we like to use Canvas is because it works better for the way that our classes are set up. All the different learning management systems have different pros and cons, and we just like the pros and cons of Canvas for the type of class that we have that's kind of a blended learning class, which we'll talk about later in this semester. So this is the home page, and it's kind of set up by week, so each week has a topic at the top here, and then within the week there are different modules, and each one includes videos and text and assignments for the week. And so all the information that you need for each week can be found under that week on the Canvas homepage. The second page we have is for announcements, and throughout the semester we'll post announcements here. The first one that we already have posted is for the websites that will be very useful to you throughout the semester, just ones that you'll probably want to refer back to throughout the class. Over here is grades. We will be doing grades through the Canvas site. That's how you can keep track of your grades. There's also people. Currently listed is just me and our instructor Aniki Garcia, but there will also be fellow classmates here once we get you all added to the class, and then you will be able to email us or email your classmates, kind of get in contact. And lastly, on the Canvas page is the syllabus. So this is the full syllabus. It's got all the information here, and we're just going to go over a couple of things in this video, but you are responsible to know all of the information on the syllabus for this semester. So now we're going to go over a few things on the syllabus. So one of the first things that this is a mastery learning course. So we really want you to be able to master all of the information and to be able to feel like it's very useful to you. So one of the things that we do is that we allow you to complete all the assignments. We have very specific rubrics, and in order to get an A on assignments you have to master each part of the rubric. Now if we feel like you turned in your assignment and you really put forth your best effort but you didn't quite get the grade you wanted, you do have an opportunity to return in that homework or that assignment up to 2 weeks after the due date for up to 90% of the grade. So you can't get a full 100%, but if you are unhappy with your grade, you can get up to 90% by completing the work again and mastering those things that you may not have done so well on before. And this should be pretty easy to do because we give you pretty thorough feedback. If you need to come in and get help, we're more than welcome to come in and get help. The second point is participation. This is a really big one in this class. Both participation in class and face-to-face time class, and in the online portions of the class. In face-to-face time, we're expecting that you're engaged in conversations, you're not texting, things like that. But online, we're also expecting that you're posting to the classroom discussions online and responding to other classmates' posts. We want you all to be part of the discussion online. We also want to make sure that you review and read all of the communications we send you on Canvas or through emails and in class. A big part of where people get confused in this class is when they don't read emails or posts on Canvas. It can really help to clear things up. So if you're confused, just make sure you go back and read, and if you're still confused, you can come talk to us. Also make sure that you get help early on and don't procrastinate. There are quite a few assignments in this class that will take longer than a week to complete. They're pretty big. And they're not too hard if you make sure that you're working on them over the course of the time that you have time to work on them. And most of the things you can probably learn and figure out how to do on your own, but make sure that when you need help, you have the time to come in and get help from us, or to contact us and get help from us before that due date. The last point is probably one of my favorite parts of this class, is that you can customize this class to work for you. There are a lot of assignments in the class, and they're all designed to be very useful to you, but if you feel like it's something that you're not going to use or that isn't going to be very useful to you, you can come to us and talk to us about something else you might want to look into, and we can work with you on that. The biggest points that we want to make sure that you're getting in this class is that everything you learn is something new and something that's going to be useful to you in the future. So because this is a little bit different class than some of your classes, because it's a blended learning class, you're online and in face-to-face, it can be hard for some people to keep track of when assignments are due. And so here are a few ways that you can stay on task and make sure you're up to date with all of your assignments. The first one is that in Canvas settings, you can change your settings so that you get email reminders from Canvas about updates when assignments are due, weekly updates about what the week's topics are, things like that. Another way to do this is to post your assignments on your Google Calendar. One of the first things that we're going to do during the semester is to create a website, which will have to include a Google Calendar embedded into the website, and you can use that calendar as an assignment tracker for this class, and you can set it up so that Google Calendar sends you reminders about when your assignments are due. The last one is, again, to make sure you read the weekly emails. All the emails will have all the information for that week and when assignments are due for that week. Another big part of this class is that it is a blended class, so there is a fairly large online portion of the class. So you need to make sure that you have access to a computer with a webcam and good, reliable internet access. If you don't have this, you can use the McKay Computer Lab, and they have all of the tools that you need to be able to be successful in this class. You just have to make sure you're available to go into the computer lab when they're open. So your first assignment is to become familiar with the BYU syllabus. You are responsible for all of the information on the syllabus, not just the stuff that we've covered in this video. You have to become familiar with Canvas, so just spend some time on Canvas looking through things, kind of glancing at how the weeks are set up. You also should post an introduction on Canvas. We want to make sure that you know how to post a video onto Canvas, that all of your webcam and your microphone are all working and whatnot, and we also want to get to know you. You also need to create a short screencast. This doesn't have to be anything fancy. We kind of talked about how to do this in class, but we just want to make sure that you know how to create a screencast, and this will become very useful throughout the semester, especially if you have questions during online weeks. It makes it really easy to just send us the screencast of what's going on and what you have a question about, and we can help you figure things out. And the last thing is that you can start thinking about your class website. This is probably our first big project, and we don't start until next week, and you don't have to start until next week, but you might want to start thinking about it. We will be doing a big portion of it on Google Sites. If you're really familiar with Google Sites, you can choose to learn a different technology for that, but just spend some time kind of exploring that and figuring out what you want to do. Here's the information about how to get help. Anna Key Garcia is our instructor, and I am the TA. We're both in 150 of the McKay building in the Graduate Student Computer Lab. Anarchy has office hours on Wednesday and Thursday from 3 to 4, which is right before our classes meet. I can have office hours by appointment, and really whenever you feel like you need help, just get in contact with me and we can figure out a time that works best for you. I'm pretty open this semester. I don't have very many classes, so whenever you feel like you need to meet should be fine with me. We are also both available to GChat or Skype if you feel like you can't come to campus, or if that's hard for you, we can do that as well. Another opportunity for help is in the open labs. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the weeks that we don't meet face-to-face, so the weeks that we meet online, will be open from 4 to 5 for you to come in and get help, and this will be from all the instructors of this course, and the TAs will rotate their days for the open lab, and you can just come in and ask questions, and they'll be teaching on stuff that is in the online module for that week. So I hope you guys are super excited about the class. I'm excited to get to know you, and really feel free to come and ask me for any help.